to that message again.
We are recording.
Very good.
This is the select board hearing for Bolton, Massachusetts, Thursday, March 24th. The time is 7:01 p.m. We begin our hearing with a continuance of a public hearing that started on March 10th. It's 7 p.m. on the petition for National Grid and Verizon to install one jointly owned pole, number 6-51, on Harvard Road, beginning at a point approximately 980 feet northeast of the center line of Route 117, and continuing approximately 980 feet in a northeast direction to provide electric service to two new homes at 36 and 38 Harvard Road. I believe we have Mr. Morales with us tonight to speak to this. Is that correct? I thought I saw his name a little while ago.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Sure. Thank you. Just a moment. I know this is the first time I've done a continuance, Don. Did I touch all the bases to make sure we did this correctly?
Yes, I believe you did.
Okay, thank you. So Mr. Morales, would you walk us through your petition?
Yeah, it says you mentioned install a pole in line to feed two new homes being built at 36 and 38 Harvard Road. There were some questions from, I believe, your town tree warden at the last meeting about the exact location and some trimming. I did go out there and mark it, spray painted the location. I also sent some pictures along. They should have been sent from my clerk, Vinny Legitimacy, so that those locations were, yeah, there it is. There's a sketch. So that shows the exact location of the new pole. And there was no tree trimming at that location. It falls right in line with the existing wires. And from there, we'd have a takeoff pole going into that property to feed those new homes.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Are there any questions or comments from other members of the board?
I have none.
Just to clarify, Mr. Morales,
Yes.
the red pole is the new pole and the black outline one is the existing.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, we did get a message from the tree warden that he had no issues with this and corroborating your positioning of the pole. So I don't have any other issues. Do I have a motion to approve the petition to install a jointly owned pole for Verizon and National Grid?
Make a motion that we approve the requested pole by National Grid and Verizon to install one jointly owned pole number 6-51 on Harvard Road, beginning at a point approximately 980 feet northeast from the center line of Route 117 and continuing approximately 980 feet in a northeast direction to provide electric service to two new homes at 36 and 38 Harvard Road.
Is there a second? Okay, roll call.
Mr.
Jonathan?
Chairman,
Here.
I'm sorry,
Aye.
but
Excuse me,
before you
Don?
take your vote, you should probably ask if there's any public comment.
Oh, okay, thank you. So I will ask that at this point. Excuse me, is there any public comment or questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Dwayne. I live at 42 Harvard Road. And my only question was, are there going to be any guide wires coming off of these new poles as they're being placed?
There will be a push brace and it's going to extend out onto the property of 36 and 38. It won't be in the public way. It'll land on private property.
Okay, that was my only question. I saw your location and yeah, we're happy with that. So,
Yeah.
all right, thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions, comments? I don't see any. If anybody else has a view, please let me know. Okay. Thank you for that, Don, and thank you, Dwayne. So do we have a motion? It's been seconded. I'll do a roll call. Jonathan?
Aye.
Stan? You're muted, Stan.
Aye.
Okay, and I'm a yes also. All right, next on the agenda is request from Cultivate Care, 401 Main Street to hold a
Thanks, everyone. Have a
spring.
good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Morales.
Thank you. Have a nice night, everyone.
you.
Thank you. Good
Good night.
night.
Request from Cultivate Care, 401 Main Street to hold a spring market on Saturday, April 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Is Ms. Moran? Yes, she is.
Yes,
Ms.
I'm
Moran,
here.
would you like to present this?
Hi, sure. Yes, we had asked for a similar market back in the winter. So it's just local vendors who are here on the farm during business hours. It's a ticketed event so that we can control the amount of people who are on grounds. We won't need any support from the police regarding traffic. And I already spoke with Chief Warren Nelson about this as well.
Okay. Yeah, we have a copy of the letter from the chief. Are there any questions from the board?
None from me.
No.
Are there any questions or comments from the public? In that case, I will ask for a motion to approve the spring market at Cultivate Care Farms.
Make a motion to approve the request from Cultivate Care, 401 Main, to hold the spring market on Saturday, April 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Jonathan,
Aye.
Stan,
Aye.
and I'm a yes also.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we get to issues regarding the annual town meeting. We need to have discussion and votes on remaining ATM warrant articles. I don't think anybody from advisory is attending this meeting tonight. They did indicate they would, but is anybody from advisory here? Okay.
I don't see anybody.
I
No,
guess
they're
the
not.
first thing I'd like to, first off, there was a copy of the warrant, a revised final copy, of the warrant that came out around 1:30 today. I want to make sure we're all working off the same document. It came out by email. I know I've got to go find it and open it up again.
That copy would have your revised select board statement in it, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you.
Can you hear me all right now?
You're still muffled.
No, you're still muffled.
I can't fix it any better than this, I don't think.
Is something covering your mic?
I'll figure it out. I don't think so, but we'll see.
So I revised this select board statement as a result of some small changes that were made at the advisory committee meeting Tuesday night to the budget. I also updated it to reflect those warrant articles that have been added and deleted from the budget.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've had a chance to review it or if we should go over it now.
I think it's fine.
Okay, the only question I have is right down there at the citizens petition. I was wondering if we shouldn't put a statement in there that says a citizen's petition cannot be changed or modified by the selectmen or by the select board prior to town meeting.
Where would you want to put that, Mr. Chairman?
Right next to my explanation, right where Jenny has the cursor right now. We could, if the select board doesn't feel we need that, we'll just leave it out.
That can be explained by the town moderator, or you can have that there, or both. I mean, it's whatever you're comfortable with.
Well, no one's clamoring to put it in, so I guess we'll leave it out.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. All right, should we vote again on the select board statement?
I would suggest that you do, yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
may I
make a
have a
motion to
motion?
approve the selectman's statement, select board statement.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I'm a yes also. Then I think the next item we have to address is the town budget. Article 3. So I assuming this is all coming from Nanachka and she's approved of all these numbers.
Yes, she has.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
nope, I make a motion that we approve Article 3.
Second,
Okay, roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I approve also. Is the next thing we have to do it was Article 12, the solar farm, or was there something in the that looks done? That
The
looks
next would be
done.
Article 12, yes.
All right, are there any questions or comments about Article 12?
nope,
Do I have a motion?
make a motion, we approve Article 12.
I will second it. Roll call, Jonathan,
Nay,
Stan,
Aye,
and I am a yes also. Jonathan, may I ask why you're voting nay?
I've been a strong proponent of solar at the dump. This site, I was hearing what Ed Sterling had to say and Kia Oceanbine. That played an influence. I think also the development of Alta, which is going to have 220 apartments and likely over 350, 380 people living there, kind of changes the calculation. I think that we've never had that many people concentrated on such a small area. Those people are going to need places to walk, recreational areas, and so that's really behind my saying no.
Okay, thank you.
I'm concerned that the solar field is going to have a fence around it, so it's really taking a large parcel of town land out of commission, and I think we're going to need it in the next in the next 3 to 5 years for all of those residents.
All right, yeah, Jenny, you don't have to update that right now, but you do have to do the advisory recommendation.
Advisory is going to be done on town meeting 4, I believe.
I thought they voted on it.
They voted
Oh,
5 to
no, I'm
1.
sorry, you're
They
right.
voted this week.
You're right. They
Week.
did 5 to 1, I believe. Now that you mention
Yeah.
it. My mistake.
Okay,
As far as recreation, there's very limited access to that property. There's the issue of the public water supply, which has always been an issue, which has just really come out because of the development of 580 Main Street. So it can't be used for a soccer field. It can't be used for development. You can't put any structure on top of that property. And there are a lot of people in this town who have advocated for a green community, and we have a vendor who has come in that's able to do this at no cost to the town to get some benefit out of a property that nobody has had any use for multiple decades. So I see no reason why we should not move forward with this.
okay. I think the next item for us to act on is the citizens petition.
No, Mr. Chamberlain, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Article 14, the new article for the cell tower lease.
Oh, all right, thank you. Okay, so this has been added due to the fact that we are in negotiations to renew the cell tower lease. The existing cell tower lease, this is for the cell tower by 495 and 117. Because it's a lease of longer than 3 years, it requires a vote of the town. And this article, again, just gives permission for the selectmen or gives permission for the town to enter into a long-term lease.
Right, and just so everybody knows, this is pretty much pro forma. That cell tower has been there for quite some time, and it is just a requirement that it be an article on the warrant in order to renew the lease.
Right, there are no changes to the property, there are no
Exactly.
changes to the cell tower. It's just a new lease, and because it's more than 3 years, it must go to town meeting.
Correct.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to recommend approval of the Article 14.
Second,
All, roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I approve also.
I believe that, yes, now you've got the citizens petition, and then that should be it for your action.
Okay. Now, at Tuesday's advisory committee meeting, they voted to not make a recommendation. And I think that's a good idea for us also.
yeah, I agree. I think I would make a recommendation that we don't make a recommendation. For Article 15.
So is this something that's happening in many towns, Don, or?
I believe it has happened in some other communities. I don't want to say many because I can't quantify that. I mean, this would not be the first one in the state, but I don't think it's been widely done. I think that's a fair statement.
Okay,
Okay, Jenny, I'm just going to go back to the change you just made. The vote you recorded for the solar farm was 5-1, and this is 5-0. It should be 6-0.
You're muted, Jenny.
Everyone was not in the meeting. So I'll go back and adjust the other one, but there were only 5 members of the advisory committee present.
Yes,
Oh,
there was
okay.
one member that was not there. Who has
Okay.
not been there a couple of meetings now.
Okay. So Jonathan, do you have any issues with no recommendation?
no, that's okay.
Okay, could I have a motion to not make a recommendation on this article?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to, for no recommendation on Article 15.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I agree, no recommendation. All right. And now, do we need to do anything else other than vote to close the warrant?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
then I'll
could I
make a
have
motion that we close the ATM warrant for 2022.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I say yes also. Excellent.
And I will have copies of the warrant ready for signing tomorrow. I'll send
Okay.
a text out to each of you when it's here.
okay.
Jenny and Don,
good.
thank you. Thank you
No.
for all your work on the warrant.
No, thank you very much. But next, your vote is to sign and execute the warrant.
Then I'll make a motion that we sign and execute the warrant.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye,
and I'm a yes also.
But thank you very much, everyone, for the kind words. As I always say, people never see what it takes to get this done. And I'm glad you don't, because it's scary.
a lot of work.
It is. So.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Jenny. Thanks, everybody at Town Hall.
Yes.
Well done, well done. A
thank
lot,
you.
lot of moving pieces at the last minute.
Yeah,
It's
as I
been
say,
exciting.
we never want you to see how the sausage is made. We just want you to say that it's very good sausage.
There's a reason we don't allow weapons in town hall, huh?
Or sharp objects.
There you go.
I think
But
this
you
is
can-
as good, this is as good as I'm gonna be able to get my audio, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on.
It's the microphone is up to your right there.
Or maybe I do. How's that?
No, no.
So, all right. So I don't know what's going on, but
To me, that sounded better.
It's a little
It was.
better. It is
Yeah.
better.
All right,
Can
so
you
we'll
do the administrator report using charades?
no, I don't believe I will do that. That may not be for family viewing. So
The
I
shadow
think there
puppet.
might be
Shadow
a new set of headphones in your future.
thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. So, all right.
Town
so-
administrator report.
Town administrator report. So I'm gonna combine two into one here. We have my review of my performance against my goals. I thought what I would do to start with is give you the update on the website enhancements that we've been working on. And I just want you to know that I consider this to be an ongoing thing. I'm not declaring that the work is over, but we should always be reviewing the website. But since I was tasked with doing this and working with Jenny and Jen Markey and Pam and others, here's the highlights of what we've gotten done so far. We've initiated a quarterly review process, which will issue an automated reminder from Viewpoint to keep information fresh for the page owners. The individual page owners are responsible to review content, test links, and update information. Jonathan specifically raised a good point several months ago about having photos, et cetera, on here. And we've got that working with Parks and Rec and one other group right now, which I'm drawing a blank on.
Town
we have-
clerk.
Thank you. We have that's right, people submit their dogs and so forth, their dog pictures when they renew their licenses. So they have the ability to change photos and add seasonal information. Through the entire process, we've repaired many broken links. We've removed outdated information. We used, one thing I think that's very important changes, we've used links to source data to make maintenance successful. You know, we've got nothing hardwired. We've got everything sourced back to the same link. So if you change the source, everything will be updated. We've also launched an employees only repository for collaboration and information sharing, which is working very well. We've streamlined the calendar on the homepage. We've added interactive links such as the Houghton Building sign. If people want to request to submit something, put something on the Houghton signboard, the agenda item request, contact us, all to improve the user experience. We have added a communities group page. So if there's a community group in town, such as Rotary, Lions, Boy Scouts, anything like that, we've got the ability now to be able to provide a link to their information through our page. It won't be on our page, but you can access it from our page and you can see it's there from our page. We're still working on repositories for boards and committees to be able to share documents. And we're continuing to roll out a contact page for each department. We've made a lot of progress on that, but we've got more to do. So I think we've covered a lot of ground in the past 7 or 8 months, and I think we've improved quite a bit. So that plays into the review of performance against goals as a whole.
John, could I, before you get into that bigger one, I have one question about the town website. And there's no reason for you to know this unless you're, been collecting it on the side anyway. What's the most one or two viewed web pages on the town website?
We actually do collect that, but I don't have that in front of me.
Okay,
Jen Markey gives us a report on a regular basis. We can see monthly visits, how many people have been to each of the web pages. And it's impressive to see how many people are using the web page. But I can't say for sure that I know which one or two web pages are the most heavily used. I've seen that information, I just don't remember it.
okay, thank you.
So that was the number one goal on my agenda, not by, on my goals, not by priority. It was just listed as number one. Continue to successfully manage capital planning process, including a 3-year plan with funding sources. Certainly, I feel as though I successfully managed the capital planning process again this year. We aren't all the way there to a 3-year plan. We do have a plan over years for the DPW fleet due to the software that we acquired last year. We have a draft plan for the buildings, but we don't have the final plan yet. And once we have that final plan, we can do projections on multi-year planning. And as far as the other piece of capital planning, the other major piece is the school district. The school district is working on a revised 3 to 5 year plan. I don't have that yet, but I've been told it's imminent. When we talked about funding sources, at the time, we were looking at options of either borrowing or free cash, and the potential of possibly using ARPA funds for some activities. Back then, the requirements were pretty stringent and more than a little opaque. But now that most of the restrictions have been lifted, we've got a lot more latitude now as to what we can use our ARPA money for. So that becomes a much easier discussion over the next year. So I think at the same time next year, I will be able to lay out with the district, with the buildings, with the fleet, a 3 to 5 year plan and proposed funding sources. I wouldn't want to try to get into projected costs right now because with the supply chain issues and other things that are going on, if we can get pricing, there's no reason for us to trust it and what it'll look like a year from now. There's some pretty strong escalation in pricing out there. But I do feel we've been successful given what we've got to work with. I think we're in great position to have a complete capital plan, multi-year capital plan with funding sources next year. And we're well on our way now. Again, the long-range plan for improvements to town buildings that is linked to the final issuance of the building study. We do have the draft. We don't have the final version yet. I actually expected to have it this month, so I'll be very surprised if I don't have it next month. I know the engineer is wrapping it up. Continuing to work with the advisory committee to assist on the budget process for FY23. I did work very closely with the advisory committee, especially Brian. Spent a lot of hours working with Brian on that. Create and manage any necessary modifications to current processes relative to COVID-19. Certainly did that. Spent a lot of time reviewing things and tweaking where necessary over the course of the year. And we made it through the peak of the pandemic late last year, early this year safely, which I think is the best measurement of all. And we kept the place open to the public for the most part. Well, totally, either whether it was by appointment only or with the doors open. So we were able to continue that. Continue to pursue feasibility of the installation of a solar array on town-owned land. That feasibility is done. We've got the warrant article. Now it's up to the town to decide whether or not that's the best use of the land. And I certainly respect everyone's opinion on that. But from my perspective, what I was tasked to do is done. And to continue to support the master plan committee. I've certainly met with several people on the master plan committee on an ongoing basis as needed. And I think that's going well also. So that's my take on my performance against my goals. I think I've been very successful against my goals, and I would be happy to answer any questions or take any comments that you may have.
Okay, Jenny, would you like to comment on Don's performance for the past?
Well, I took a moment while he was talking to find the data that you asked for.
Oh, okay,
And-
thank you.
And the Board of Health, as no surprise to anyone, was the most visited. Unfortunately, this is so tiny that without printing it, I can't tell you what term this is for. If it was for the last fiscal year, which I think it was far in the lead. Looks like 787 visits, but again, I don't know what term that's for. I don't know if that's per week or per year, per month. Second was the homepage. The recycling center was third. The assessor's office fourth, building department fifth. And then from there, it drops down to much smaller numbers.
Excellent. Well, that's actually, I think, very helpful and informative to know. Thank you.
Yeah, I could forward this to the three of you as well. You
Okay.
may have better time with magnifying glass reading it, but
In conclusion, I would like to say that we've gotten to the end of the second year of the pandemic, and it has been very trying, and it has been for all of us. It's been for the staff, it's been for me, it has been for you all. And I could feel the effects of 2 years of all this, and trying to manage through something like this, it isn't something that you're ever trained for or ready for. It's just something that you just have to do. And I think as a team, we've done very well.
Yes.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think the operation of town halls and all the departments has been very good.
Yep.
During the pandemic. I mean, we stubbed our toes in a few places, but we got up and we got going again. So I think the public overall has been well served. Back to Don's FY22 goals. Any comments or questions from the other select board members?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Just a reminder that the evaluation forms for this year's evaluation have been distributed. If you could get them back to me on or about the date of the next select board meeting, which I think is April 7th. I will collate everything and have the review meeting with Don and then present the results at the April 28th meeting.
Okay.
So I appreciate your help on that.
Sure.
Anything else in the town administrator report, Don?
No, not this evening.
Okay, thank you. Next to select board business, are there any public service announcements?
Not this evening from me.
Okay. Next up is a discussion and vote to grant issue a class 2 license to Rodrigo Sales or owner of Castro Auto Repair at 333 Central Street in Hudson, which is also shared some information, shares some land with. Yeah, walk me through this again. I know I asked this question before and I forgot the answer. If the address is in Hudson, why are we reviewing it?
The address is in Hudson, but the shop itself sits in Bolton.
Okay,
Right.
so the lot borders the two towns. Strides
Yes.
is a stride
Right.
at two towns. Okay,
It straddles the town line is a good way to put it.
okay.
This used to be the old Beetlebug 3, right, Don?
Yes.
Yeah, so. I make a
All right.
motion that we grant to issue a class 2 license to Rodrigo Sales, owner of Castro Auto Repair, 333 Central Street, Hudson, Massachusetts.
Second,
Roll call. Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye.
and I am a yes also. Could I have a motion to approve? I'm sorry, Jenny, what?
I was just gonna say that license will also be in the yellow folder when you come in to sign the warrants.
Okay, okay. Could I have a motion to approve bill warrants W 22-19 and W 22-19A?
So moved.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye.
and I approve also. Okay, I have not reviewed the minutes for March 10. Are there any other minutes for us to approve tonight? Okay, Jonathan, Stan, have you reviewed those minutes? Because
Yes.
it needs 2 votes.
Yes, I have reviewed the minutes.
I haven't. Sorry.
Okay, all right, so we will review them at the next meeting in April.
Yeah, they look nice.
Sorry, Jenny.
They look nice.
Yeah, I just need more time to admire them, Jenny. You know, along Jonathan's point, I just want to admire them longer before we approve them. Okay, we do not have reason to go into the executive session, even though it was posted on the agenda. Are there other issues that we should discuss before we conclude tonight?
I have done.
Nope.
Okay. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting tonight.
Second,
Roll call, Jonathan,
aye.
Stan,
Aye.
and I also vote to adjourn. Thank you all very much. Have a good
Good night
evening.
now.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I hope you feel better.
Yeah,